Okay, so welcome to Learn English Network drama session. As you can see, we are in our new ice cream parlour in the village that we're building, and this is for our ice cream drama. Now, Monique has been thinking about what to call her ice cream, and April's got an idea of what she wants to put in her ice cream. So April, how far have you got in what you want your ice cream to consist of? What ingredients you need?
I opened my fridge today and I saw.
Oh,
and
you've made it! Oh, we're all coming round to April's.
And I saw chocolate date or date chocolate. So chocolate made. Inside of the chocolate is date. Date covered.
That's
by
what
chocolate.
you're looking for.
Date. Yeah.
Okay, not date covered. Well, it depends. It could be date covered chocolate, and that would be chocolate surrounded by dates. Okay, or it would be a chocolate covered date. Okay, so if you think about it, date.
Chocolate covered
chocolate or a chocolate, can't spell today, covered date. Hello Traum, hello Shiny.
Which one is with the date in, Lynn? The first or the second?
Which do you think?
Date covered chocolate. A chocolate covered date. Oh, the first one then.
So you've got a chocolate that's covered in dates.
No. The opposite. I have date covered by chocolate.
Then you've got a chocolate covered date. Does that make sense? Does that not make sense to you?
No, because I thought if you said covered date, then is the date is covered, no?
Yeah, the date is covered by chocolate, so it's inside the chocolate.
Okay, then a chocolate covered date. But I have also some olives, and it was good, the olives. So I think I never eat it, and I don't know if it is if it exists. So I want to have an ice cream with those two flavors. So it has the flavor of date, and it has the flavor also of olive. But another thing, I have chocolate since the Easter feast, and I don't know what inside the chocolate, but I just take one. I got it from my student. So I take one, and when I put it in my mouth, and it break. The chocolate is praline or praline. I don't know what is in English. Praline. So not a long thin chocolate, but like sweet. How can I say that? You know, it's square. It's square, but it's 1.5 centimeters high. From Leonidas, and it was chocolate, milk chocolate. And when I put it in my mouth and I melted it in my mouth, something happened in my mouth. It's like an explosion, Lynn. It is like a firework in my mouth, and I think, oh my goodness, what happened here? Maybe I will hurt my mouth. Oh my goodness! And it keeps exploding a couple of seconds until it is finished. It is empty, and I think, okay, it's nice. But I don't until now I don't know what it is inside. that makes it such the explosion. So I
Wow.
want to have that also in my ice
Okay.
cream.
Well, look, I've got to just go for a second. So, can you guys? I do know what it is, but you guys talk with April about what it might have been that exploded in her mouth. Sounds dangerous. I'll be right back.
And and Lynn knows that. I don't know what that is. Do you know that, Monique? No, it's not crunchy. Crunchy is just if you bite, but I don't do anything. It just melt in my mouth, and then suddenly it is like what is that? The fire, not the firework that you have to shoot, but the one with a stick. Hold it in your hand. What is that? What is the name that again? Oh, it has a special name.
No, I don't know. So that what you felt when you when you were eating that?
Sorry, Monique?
No, that's what you felt when you were eating that thing or that
Yeah,
ice cream?
yeah.
Oh.
It is like some fire, some flame comes into my mouth. It is like if you got such fireworks on your skin, like that,
So
or
like
like
burning in your mouth?
yeah. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is, and it doesn't have the yeah. On the packaging, it doesn't it isn't written which flavor it is and which one it is, but it is the first time that I eat it actually. It is
Wow.
eatable. From I've eaten
And she's
I have
alive.
eaten that and I'm still alive.
Uh-huh. Back.
Okay,
So,
I'm
Lynn,
back.
what is
Sorry about that. My
what is
my neighbour had a parcel delivery and they weren't in, so I had to sign for it, and she just came round for it. So, it's a big parcel. I wanted it out of the house. I wasn't sure what was in it. Might have been anything. So, anyway, okay, we don't say eatable. Okay, does anybody know what we say instead of
edible?
edible? Yeah, edible means you can eat it. Do you want to try it, Traum? Edible.
Edible.
That's it, yeah. So it means edible, it means you can eat it. And if you can't eat it, anybody know the opposite?
Inedible?
Yeah. Now that can also mean it's just you don't like it. Oh, this is totally inedible. Don't confuse it with indelible, okay? There's inedible, which means not fit for eating or suitable for eating. It can also mean, just yuck. But there's indelible. So inedible, got to be careful I don't get that. Okay, and then indelible. Does anybody know what indelible means? I bet it's happened to all of you, this indelible. Have
My
you ever?
dictionary knows that.
Your dictionary knows it. Wow, that's a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. Oh, it's not Christmas, no. Go on, April.
What's it? Is waterproof?
It's not just
Or
waterproof. It's basically marks that cannot be removed. Indelible ink and an indelible pen. Yeah, it means it really is, not impossible. Nothing's impossible in this day and age, but very, very difficult to remove. So if you get indelible ink on clothing, you can't just wash it off. Okay. It can also mean something you can never forget. Yeah? Just an indelible impression, if you like. But indelible tends to mean marks that can't be removed. and things that can't be forgotten. An indelible mark in history. Yeah, World War III was an indelible mark in history. We never forget it. Ha! Well, not in my lifetime anyway. Okay, any questions? Inedible, indelible, edible?
An English person would never use eatable to say, to write or to
No,
say.
I'm
They
afraid
only-
not. No, we'd always use edible, eatable. Yeah, you could, but it would more mean it would be used more as an adjective, and edible is better. Honestly, eatable is like kiddie language. Edible is what we'd say. Edible chocolate, edible toys, edible paper. Not eatable. Eatable is more what a 3-year-old would say. Okay. As me being a word snob, I know, but honestly, an uneatable, no, inedible. Or I can't eat this; it's disgusting. Okay, so what have we got so far with April's? Can anybody remember what April's put in her ice cream so far? I've lost track. I don't. Did anybody catch?
I just asked, what is the name of the fireworks, Lynn?
The
A stick.
fireworks. Okay.
Yeah, a stick, and you hold it in your hand, and
Sparklers.
it gives some
Sparklers.
sparkling.
Yeah. Okay. They're the ones you hold in your hand, and in the dark they just spark off you. Okay. Now, the expression you were looking for the exploding fireworks that you put in your mouth. Yeah, you would not. I mean, fireworks are inedible. Okay. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody putting fireworks, making edible fireworks. Although, now I've said it, probably there are such things.
What?
Edible fireworks. They're probably no. You know when I say nobody's ever done this and there's no such thing. Whenever I'm absolute about anything, somebody will come back at me and say, yes, there is this and it's here and you can buy it there. But what you probably had, now I haven't seen it, so I couldn't say, but you probably have what we call popping candy. Now I know I don't like the word candy. I like the word sweet because I'm a Brit. But popping candy it's like sherbet, but it's bigger. Sherbet is a powder. And popping candy, it's like sprinkles, but they literally explode in your mouth, but not in a dangerous way. Okay? The most danger in popping
But you
candy
feel
is the
better.
sugar. Oh yeah, they really go pop, 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 pop. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Has anybody
Delicious.
here had popping... Ah, Monique, you've had popping candy, yeah?
Uh-huh. I was trying to look for the name in English, but
Yeah, so was I.
That's right. Uh-huh. Thank you.
I know it, but it's like, oh God, what do you buy when you go into the shop and you want that? I knew what April was trying to explain. I thought, oh yes, it became really popular in restaurants in the UK a couple of years ago, but it's a bit out of fashion now. It was a trend. It was, the first person to do it, put it in a dessert was clever, and then everybody copycatted it, and then it became just, oh no, not another pudding with popping candy in it. Okay, so we've got popping candy. Popcorn is different. Popcorn is corn that's been heated at such a high temperature it explodes, but it doesn't pop in your mouth. It's just crunchy. Okay, popping candy is like sherbet.
Explodes.
Yeah, it explodes. It pops, and it goes, and it's a real sweet, sharp flavour, but with the feeling of it exploding on your tongue.
Hmm? So you open your mouth and you just listen. To
Yes!
what's being heard. That's what I do. Uh-huh.
Okay, does that make sense, April? Is that the experience you had?
Yes, and maybe I will call that fruit fire Sunday. Fruit
A
fire
fruit
Sunday.
fire Sunday. But you mentioned olives.
Yes.
So you, sorry,
Come on, Monique, come on.
I don't like olives, so I can't imagine that combination. Sorry.
So that's why it is a strange combination, Monique. And I haven't tried that. So maybe.
Well,
Okay, so what have it? Can you type up your ingredients so far then, April? Because I got olives, I've got popping candy, but I know there was other things in there. Oh, and popping candy comes in different flavours. Okay, popping candy has flavours. Again, normally fruit flavours. Okay, but you can also get things like
strawberry.
strawberry. Yeah, that's fruit. But you can get sort of, I think, toffee flavour as well. Cola flavour. Coca-Cola flavour. Ah, that was the one. Yeah, and what kind of dates? Was it dates or chocolate-covered dates?
No, just date.
Okay. And when you say vanilla, you mean vanilla pods, sort of the vanilla, the natural vanilla, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Natural vanilla.
not the ice. So where are the ingredients for the ice cream?
Yeah.
What's the base
Sorry?
of your ice cream going to be? Remember we talked about the
Ah,
ice cream base in Wednesday's session?
vanilla ice cream.
So vanilla ice
Basic.
cream base, and then adding into that dates, olives, and popping candy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're going to call it a fruit fire sundae. So what flavour of popping candy are you going to use?
Oh, I don't know if the
Ah,
date. You mean what that is? That is the one that the people from
well, if I look
the
at
Islam
um,
people eat it.
I'm just looking for popping candy in Tesco's. So I've
what
got
is
a
date?
vegetarian
Sorry?
one here. It just seems to be fat and salt. Ew, coated popping candy. But what's its flavour? It says flavouring. Made in Turkey. Oh, there you go. I didn't know that's where they made it. Pop Rock's Magic Popping Candy. Strawberry flavoured? It's quite cheap. 45p. Okay, I'm just trying to see what's on offer. There's jelly popping candy, strawberry. That seems to be about it from Tesco's. It's not very exciting, is it? Bonbon popping candy. I don't know what that is. Bonbon. Popping candy mix. Which is from Disney. Not suitable for children under 3 years old. There you go. Whose date? What state, Monique? What do you mean by what state?
It's yeah. You described. I mean, April just mentioned that vanilla, date, olive, but I can't get what is date.
Dates are... April, go on. How would you describe dates to somebody who's never had one?
Dates or date? Dates or date?
Date.
Or both?
Well, you can have a date, or you can
Uh-huh.
eat dates.
Exactly. Okay, that's different. Okay, perfect. I
They are
missed that the first time.
countable, and it's nothing to do with going out with somebody. It's nothing to do with Brad Pitt.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So, April, explain to Monique, what's a date? Where do they come from? What do they taste like?
That is a fruit actually. Um, it's how many centimeters? 4 centimeter, 3 centimeter, around half round, like a rugby ball. And normally I see that already cook, so it is soft. And they in Ramadan period they eat it a lot. Can you imagine that? It's sweet, but I
Yeah.
don't know if the sweet taste
The fruit?
is original
It's a fruit,
or
yeah.
is a fruit. Yeah.
It is the fruit from the date tree, the date palm. Okay. And you can eat them fresh, but we normally, in the UK and in Europe, we normally get them dry, candied almost, because they're normally from sort of Middle East, Africa. And they're one of the oldest cultivated fruits in the world today. Okay, they reckon the BBC here says they were part of the Babylonian diet 8,000 years ago. They're very sweet, and they're naturally sweet, April. They are naturally sweet, slightly
Yeah,
chewy,
naturally. Yeah.
and the best dates ever. I don't know if you've ever had them, but if you can get hold of them, we're starting to see them in Europe, the medjool dates. Much more expensive than the wrinkly ones. They don't look wrinkly and they're much moister. Oh my goodness, you could get so fat on them.
It's very sweet, Ellen.
Oh, very sweet, yes. I mean, I do a date and walnut cake, which is really lovely. And date and walnut is a sort of classic combination. But my date and walnut cake, I'd have to be in the UK, but it's really nice. And they keep for ages. So they're a good thing to have in your cupboard. You've never had a date? Oh my goodness. Are you absolutely sure? That's amazing.
I'm looking at
The picture,
at some
yeah?
pictures and
Yeah.
no idea. No, this is completely new.
Wow.
Yeah.
I tell you what, send me your address and I will send you some dates, because they're something, they have a stone in them, so you can't, I mean, some are stoned and some have a stone in them. Stoned doesn't mean stoned, it just means they've had the stone removed. Oh wow, Tram, how are they good for your nerves? Do you mean just the act of eating them is good for your nerves, or is there something soporific in a
I
date?
think there is something in their content that is able to relax my nerves. I do not know. Is it the sugar or is it the fruit itself?
Wow. Well, I would think
they are so good.
I don't think it could be the sugar, because sugar is a stimulant. You'd expect sugar to, I mean, you've seen children if they've had too much sugar. Wow, I've never heard of dates for relaxation. This sounds like a sort of homeopathy thing. I'm going to look at it.
It works for me.
Yeah, no, well, whatever works for you. That's what I always say. I'm just wondering if there is anything about date. I know quite a bit about sort of herbal remedies, etc. I've never heard of dates being okay. When you say it's too sweet for me, do you mean they're too sweet for me, as in general?
Yes, they.
Okay, they're too sweet for me. When you're talking about a particular product, yeah, you'd say dates are too sweet for me, not a date is too... Now, that date is too sweet for me. I prefer that date, but if you're talking about them in general, we use the plural, they're too sweet for me. Okay, unless it's uncountable, of course, but dates you can count. Oh, we've got to get you some dates. Monique, I didn't realise. Shiny, have you had dates? Have you eaten dates? Oh, Shiny's gone AFK. Shiny, have you ever eaten dates? Just give her a quick poke. Okay, I'll send her a wakey. Okay, I know she's busy because she's got this move on. Now, I was quite interested in what April said about putting olives in. I like olives, by the way. I do like olives. I like dates. And I'd put dates with walnuts, and I might even put olives with walnuts, but I would never put olives with dates. And I've certainly never heard of olive ice cream. Traum, do you like olives? Somebody said I don't like olives, I think, but I can't find the text.
What was you ask? What did you ask me?
Whether you like olives. Do you like olives?
Yes. Yes, I like olives, but there are so many kinds of olives on the market. You will have to find the right one that fits to you.
That's very true. What are the main kinds of olives you think of?
Pardon?
Well, when you said there are many kinds of olives, if you were, again, explaining to somebody who'd never heard of olives or never seen an olive, what kinds were you thinking of? You said there are many kinds. What do you think of as many kinds of olive?
Yes, in the market where I buy my favorite olives, they have several bottles there. You can get it in big and small, in black and in green. Some are stuffed with almond or garlic or pepper. But I prefer the natural ones.
Okay, so really when we're looking at olives, we often find black olives and green olives. They're the most common. Now there are other kinds of olives. There's a reddy tinged olive which is very expensive, and that's the Kalamata olive. They're my husband's favourite, Kalamata olives. Do you know the ones I mean?
No, what colour is it?
They're a slightly reddish colour. When they're natural. Now, do be careful when you're buying olives, by the way. If they look very black or very green, quite often it's purely colouring. In fact, a lot of black olives are green olives that have been coloured black. So you said you go to the market and you know the market. That's a good idea because you get to know the people and you know you're getting the real McCoy. But dyed olives are, I think, a crime, okay, because they can dye them a different colour and make more money that way. But the Kalamata olives, all black olives were green once, and then they ripen, and then they finally go wrinkly black, okay, and so some people just dye them, I'm afraid. A green olive which has been dyed black. Yep. Did you not know that, April?
No. The black one is dyed then.
Not always. But if it looks very smooth and black, it's probably been dyed because ripe black olives are wrinkled.
But actually I prefer unpicked olives if I buy it, but the black one is always with pit.
Not always, no. So quite often they've been pitted, to be pitted. Remember to be stoned, so stoned dates, which means a date without the stone, and pitted olives an olive without the pit or the stone. Okay. So that adding the suffix ed, yeah, means it's been removed. Okay. Now, a lot of people say that pitted olives are actually bad. You should pit them yourselves. That pitted olives is cheating, and I always have to be. I'm always very careful when I eat olives, because in some jars, you know, it'll say they're pitted olives, but they'll have missed one, and you crunch down on it before you know it, you've cracked a tooth.
Yeah. I had this experience once with a sherry.
Oh yeah, a sherry,
Sherry.
a sherry,
Sherry. Sherry.
cherry,
Sherry.
cherry. Sherry is
Yes.
sherry is a drink made from grapes. It's alcoholic drink. A sherry, very British.
Sherry.
Cherry.
Sherry.
That's all right. I know, but I like being able to remind you. Okay.
Sherry. And one teeth was broken.
Oh, one tooth. A tooth. I broke a tooth.
Yes. One
Yeah.
tooth.
Oh, poor you.
It's a long time ago, but since then I am very careful.
Careful,
when I
yes.
buy them. It's very dangerous.
It is. Any fruit with a stone in it, including dates, by the way, you have to be careful. Always bite down gently and then start chewing. Don't just start chewing. So I hope your ice cream won't be dangerous, April. Now, I did look online. I went around Google to find out if there's such a thing as an olive ice cream. Guess what I found? Any guesses?
Yes, I am sure you found there exists an ice cream which contains olives. I'm sure.
Yep, there is. So let's have a little read. Should we do some reading?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so April, it's your idea for ice cream. So if you'd like to start reading.
Okay. Where is it? I'm not sure how to break it. You? I'm not sure how to break it. You. To break it, you. But
Should
this
be I
ice
break
cream
it to you. To break it to you.
to you.
Yeah. Remember, this
I'm
is
not
from
sure
the
how to.
this is from the internet. So
Okay. I'm not sure how to break it to you, but this ice cream has olives in it. Kalamata olives, that is. Before you begin to make funny faces, squint, bunch up and raise your nose at me, let me explain. First, the olives in this ice cream do not have the briny lemon flavor that one is accustomed to when eating Kalamata olives. This is an ice cream with a Greek salad topping.
very
Okay.
good. Okay, that's good to know, because that's when you said to me olives. I got this. Oh my goodness, that sort of salty, briny, lemony taste that I associate with olives. Monique, would you like to carry on reading?
Okay.
Okay. Hang on.
So, briny is a synonym of salty.
Salty, yes. When we talk about brine, it's a particular sea salty flavour. The sea is briny, okay? So it's a particularly sea salty flavour brine, okay? Okay, here you go.
Okay, I first saw a recipe for Kalamata ice cream at Monambel's blog is in German, and from what I understand, No, this isn't another case of loss in translation. The inspiration for the peculiar ice cream came from Greek-Australian chef George Calombaris, master chef fame. George has served up Greek food with twists for many years, and it comes as no surprise that he would concoct Kalamata olive ice cream.
Okay, can you just say that?
Chef,
Chef, like a sh. Sh.
chef,
Chef. That's
chef.
it. Yeah, not like cherry. It's the opposite of so
Yeah,
so
chef.
annoying. I know. Cherry, sherry, chef. I mean, that's why I always say to you, just have to get a feel for it. It makes no sense. Okay. Oh, it's fine, Shiny. I gave you a little shout out. We were asking whether you liked, whether you'd ever eaten dates, whether you liked olives, but it's okay. We're moving on to some reading now, so don't worry about it. Okay. Traum. Your text.
Okay. I first saw a recipe for Caramanda ice cream at Monabelles, Blockis in German.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Stop. It's the same.
It's
Yeah, I don't
yes,
know why.
I
Yeah, my cut and paste skills, my cut and paste powers were destroyed. There you go. This one.
yes. Calamanta olives in ice cream. First off, the first step in making the olives compatible with ice cream was to remove the savory, briny flavor of them. This is done by simply soaking the olives in water to draw out the salt from the olives. This method is similar to what's done with salt-caught fish. I changed the water twice until the olives were no longer salty to the taste. I stripped the olives back down to their almost natural taste. Almost.
Very good and well done. Well done. Remember, I wasn't sure. I didn't know that April was going to be serving up olive ice cream, so I haven't spell checked or grammar checked this. So this method is similar. And when you were reading it, Traum, your brain went, that's not right. So well done. Okay, just 2 words though. The first one, it's just an interjection. It's eh. So calamati olives in ice cream. Eh? It's like what? So try it. Eh?
Eh?
That's it. Eh? It's one of those sort of little sounds we make that mean so much. Okay, it's like, what on earth are you talking about? And you just go, eh? And then compatible.
Compatible.
Yes, compatible, not ibble, ubble. Compatible. That's better. Yes, good. When things go together, well, they fit together, they're compatible. Okay. Okay, any questions so far?
Why they add off in first of Lin?
Which
Second line.
After the first sentence. First off, the first step in making the
Yeah.
olives compatible.
yeah, first off, first thing.
It's a kind of limit that I want to say. Firstly, oder? Only.
Yes, you could say first. First of all, you could say.
Can be-
Firstly, yeah,
like-
or first. But first off just means, yeah, the first thing we did. Yeah.
Before anything.
Yeah,
or
before
something.
anything else. Yeah. You can say firstly. Yeah. Okay, April.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
good. Yep. Okay, Shiny, are you ready to do some reading?
Please.
Okay, here you go. Oh, don't forget to mute, Traum.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay, we can hear you thumping away.
Those who live in parts of the world that grow olives will know that olives can often be bitter, and one of the methods to making olives edible are to soak them in water, changed daily until the bitterness is gone. Another method is to salt cure them, and then all the fiery flavors like lemon, vinegar, spices are added in, depending on personal tastes.
Okay, well done. Couple of words. We've still got this aversion to the long A sound, but we'll start with all. All.
Oh,
That's it. All. Then varying flavours.
varying flavors.
Not flavors, flavours.
Flavors.
Yeah, you got that long A sound. You really don't like it. Then the next one, unfortunately, you did like it because you said aided, but it's not. It's to add. Added.
Added.
Yeah. And then taste, not test.
Once again,
Taste.
taste.
That's it. The A sound. Okay. I'm going to see if I can find you a list of words with the long A. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Grammar question.
Oh
In this
no! No, that's not allowed.
but
We don't
I-
do them.
I'm trying just to go over this structure. When you say the method to making that ing, why? I mean, because I would say to make, right? But here they say to making olives edible. So-
Normally, to is followed by the bare, the standard part of the verb. Yeah, but here, because they've got the bit here that says the method. Oh, where is it? One of the methods to making olives edible. They're just, one of the methods to make olive edible is, but they've got to making olives edible are. Okay. It's fine.
Yeah, but why making?
Because they're using the to like of making. Okay. Let me find you example. Because it's one of the, yeah?
But I cannot say to make olives.
No, you could say that, yeah? But we're talking about methods. So, for example, we've got methods of bread making. So what they're doing here is they're using it almost like a slightly different...
That too is like a preposition.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
more
It's
like,
more. It's not
okay,
the
that's
bare
what I was-
infinitive. It's not the. It's not the bare verb. Not the naked verb.
Yeah,
Okay. It's the method to
Okay.
doing it. Okay.
it's like a devote to, or like.
Yeah. And if you said one
yeah.
of the methods to make olives edible, then it would be a verb. Okay.
Mhm.
And we often
Yeah,
talk
got
about making methods, soap making methods, cake making. Yeah, we don't say to cake make. We always say cake making. So that's what they're doing. They're using that style rather than the verb. Okay.
Also, like commit to. To when you say when you are commit to.
Commit to doing
Uh,
something. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I was reading about that yesterday. I was like, okay, I need to understand why, because in my brain it's like a to, but the verb in just in the regular form, like a
That's
make
because you're
or
thinking
do.
about the rules of grammar, and as I said, the rules
Uh-huh.
don't help you because they're not using the bare infinitive of the verb there. They're not using the verb there. They're actually just using it almost like a gerund. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Another verb then. Yeah.
Well, when we talk about cake making, yeah, we're talking about making a cake, but the making part of cake making isn't the verb. Okay.
And can I say a method of making
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
okay?
Is that okay?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
You.
It's one of the dangers of learning the rules of grammar, to be honest, because once they start not fitting the rules, you really can have a bit of a meltdown. But that's not what I was taught. Well, it's a different way of using the same words, not a verb. Spade from yesterday's session, eh? April, you've just confused me. Well done. What's that?
Oh no, yes, there was also the spade, the long A.
Long
Long
A.
A?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got you
Shani
now.
has also, yeah, Shani made the same
Yeah,
mistake
she
yesterday.
doesn't
He
like the
corrected.
A sound. It's like everybody's got their own little issue with pronunciation and saying sounds and not swallowing them and etc. And with Shiny, it's the long A. So what I've done, Shiny, I'm just looking at spelling the long A sound, and I'm going to give you a list. Okay. And I want you to practice them. Okay, I'm going to send it you in a note card. Bear with me a second. So let me create a note card. Put it in teaching, I guess. The long A. Now every single... Oh, where is it? Oh yes, here it is. Oh, I was about to put in the wrong text. Ooh, hang on a second. So, interesting. Putting in some easy ones and a few more difficult ones. Okay. Okay. So just practice these ones, Shiny, on your own, and practice reading them out loud, and then go to the dictionaries and listen and compare. Okay, what you've got to do is you've got to try and retrain your brain. There you are, there's two long A sounds. Retrain your brain. Okay, good. Okay, who last read? I think it was Shiny. So, Monique. Oh, sorry, no, April. April, back to you.
Okay. Though, oh, this is the same?
No,
No.
it's the
Yeah, it's the
same.
same one.
Sorry, my cut and paste skills have just gone completely through the... There you go. Oh, hang on, let me just make it
The,
clear.
Kala,
There you go.
the Kalamata olives used for this ice cream tastes something like a black cherry, but that sweetness isn't there. Next step was to making a simple syrup by boiling water and sugar and steeping the olives in it. Now we are ready to make Kalamata ice cream. The usual ingredients show up now: whole milk, cream, egg yolks, some vanilla extract, sugar, and I've added some rehydrated dry figs and a shot of ouzo. Olives and figs pair well, and they were a natural in this Kalamata olive ice cream. Fig, is that the same as date?
No.
Oh?
Dates come from the date palm. Figs come from fig trees. You can grow fig trees in Europe. We don't have a fig tree in our garden, but we have some gardens near us with fig trees in them. Not quite as sweet as figs from further south, but totally different. Have you not had figs, April?
I always mix up those two.
The two,
Figs
okay. Well,
yeah.
maybe you've had the dried figs. Try and find some fresh figs and then do them in honey with walnut. They are absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely. Fresh figs, though, not dried figs. Dried figs are very good if you want to be regular. Let's put it that way.
But Lynn, this recipe is just similar as mine.
I know. I'm sorry.
I wanted to give some red wine or champagne, but they used ouzo here. So it is just the same as mine.
I told you there's no way you can ever say this very difficult, especially with the internet now, to do anything original. Don't laugh, Monique. But it's good that they say olives and figs go together well. So there's hope yet for your olives and dates. Okay, Monique, your turn.
Okay, if the olives weren't enough for you, I even have some fruity Greek extra virgin olive oil added at the end of the ice cream making process. I'm not fool. This is stretching an ingredient and telling someone to try Kalamata olive ice cream will invoke some food prejudices, but you think I told my friends they were eating Kalamata ice cream? Hell no. They were given a bowl of mystery ice cream. They all loved it, and some even guessed it contained olives. Go figure.
Okay, very good. Well done. I'll give you the link to the text, and there's a recipe there for the Kalamata ice cream. So, April, you can actually try it.
Sugar, no sugar in my ice cream. The sweetness is only from the dates.
From the dates,
in my
okay.
ice cream.
Okay, yeah. Well, and from the cream. I mean, if you're going to use cream is sweet by nature.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. I can't wait to see if you try it. Okay, now, Monique, Traum, did you think up an ice cream for this week?
No, I'm sorry.
That's okay, don't worry. Shiny, I know you panicked in the session before that you hadn't done it. Have you had a thought since then? No, okay, no problems. No frowny faces, no tears. It was just a thought. Monique, I know that you'd been talking with your hubby about it, so you were saying
the problem is, I'm not I don't
Italian
know.
style ice
He
cream.
loves that because he loves it. You know, he knows everything about pistachio, about blah blah. And I'm like, what? I'm vanilla girl. You know, I'm really basic. So I was like, no, I don't. Maybe my combination would be more easier than, you know, like all those Italian flavors, but I have to ask him again. But I was thinking about something really basic, vanilla, or something I can add coconut pieces, or pieces of coconut, red fruit ice cream, with and for me it's not only about the ice cream, but the ice cream has to have something else. I mean, like smashed cookies, or a piece of cake, so stuff like that. And also with chantilly cream, and drizzling chocolate or caramel milk. So that would be maybe my favorite ice cream.
Okay, okay. Well, okay, April, for next week, I'd really like you to try to market your ice cream. Okay, how could you sell it? Now, if you all look at the wall in front of Monique, you'll see, and I'm not kidding you now, it took me 5 minutes to make that poster, okay? Using the link I gave you last week, posttomywall.com. Just go into, in fact, I'll show you how to do it here. Hang on. Oh, no, that's bad. Okay, so I'll put this into the stream, okay, so you'll be able to see how to do it and how quick it is. Don't think it's going to take you hours, it really isn't. So you go to posttomywall.com, and then you can either create an account using your login, or you can open an account using, you can create an account using your email, or you can open an account using Facebook and I think Twitter. So it's very quick, and you're in. Once you're in, you've got an account then, okay, and you just go to literally create a design, okay, then they've got loads of templates and things other people have shared. I mean, loads. So what I did was I just put in ice cream, and then ta-da! There were so many different ice cream posters. I mean, so many. I could have kept going, really. But eventually I found one I liked, which was, you can see it there. It was for somebody's birthday party. All you do is you click on it and you customize it. Okay? So once you customize it, it brings it up almost like a word processing document. You can add photos, text, you can change the layout, add clip art, etc. But all I did was I went into the different text and changed the text a bit, moved them around just by dragging. Yeah. I changed sundews to Sundays, I changed that to the name of my ice cream, and I changed that to the ingredients. Literally 5 minutes, okay? And then you can share it, you can save it, you can download it. They might ask you to pay, but you don't need to pay, you just go for the free. You give it a title, of course, so I called it Ice Cream Sunday, and then when you download it, you get asked if you want a poster quality or a photo quality with no watermark. Now that would be if you wanted to use it in the real world, but you don't have to. You just take a free one and then download it. Once you've downloaded it, you can then upload it to Kitely. Okay? It's that easy.
Yeah,
And it's
you have
fun.
to create some.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
It's very
sure.
creative, and it will make you think about how can you describe your ice cream. So let's read my ice cream, shall we? Traum, would you like to read out my poster? Okay, can you see it? Can you read it?
Mhm. Do you mean ice cream? You scream?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay. I scream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream. Join us at Sundays and more to celebrate our brand new flavor. The decadence. Artisanal clotted cream ice cream with dark Belgian chocolate infused with Tahitian vanilla beans and Perigord black truffle and stem ginger with diamond sprinkle and 24 karat gold leaf or wafer. What does it say? Sorry?
Wafer.
A wafer, okay. Okay.
Very good. Well done. So, the decadence, by the way. The decadence. I will
Is it the same as a wine? Decadence?
Is there a wine called decadence? I don't know.
No, the method you do.
Oh no, that's
I think
decanter. To decanter. To decant.
You can
To
put
decant.
it in another container.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, decadence is. Does anybody know what decadence means? Can you think of anything decadent? Not quite.
A
no.
culture? A culture could be a decadent.
It can be a
I don't know.
but what makes it decadent?
Because it's dying out, or like that.
Often people accuse the West of being decadent.
Snoopy?
Can go hand in hand,
Fine,
but no,
it's
you
not-
don't have to be decadent to be a snob. I'm a bit of a snob. Okay. It's self-indulgent, luxurious to the point of being ridiculous, like diamond sprinkles, really, gold leaf wafer. That's just over the top. And that's why I called it the decadence. Okay. And it's the West is called decadent, okay, because they want to call names, they want to point fingers and say, "Oh, look at you guys, you're living a life of luxury." Of course, they haven't seen. Most of the people in the West don't live a decadent life. They live, like most other people, a quite normal, standard life. But what they see on television, what they see in the cinemas, what they see on the internet, some people are decadent. And, you know, the gold leaf in your food, the diamond sprinkles. I mean, can you even eat diamond sprinkles, or are they just sparkly sprinkles? I don't know, but anyway, popping candy. Yeah, that's a bit decadent, really. We don't need it, do we? Half the world's starving, and we're eating popping candy. That's a wee bit decadent, okay?
I think the world is going mad, Lynn. Diamond sprinkles and 24 karat gold leaves. Isn't
Well,
that crazy?
It's well, I
messed up.
Traum. I made this one up. Okay, so it's my crazy.
Okay.
However, I got the idea for the.
About that.
Maybe the future will show you. But the 24 karat gold leaves, it's not a
No,
unique here.
no, I know these exist. Diamond sprinkles and 24 karat gold leaf do exist. They do put them, and we've seen on our Wednesday session about the $1,000 ice cream. Yeah. Okay, that one didn't have diamond sprinkles in, but the $900 cupcake did. If you want to check that, you can check my source. It's where I got the inspiration. I was inspired by it. $900 cupcake. Okay, a cupcake. You know what a cupcake is? Tiny little cake.
my gosh,
$900.
Oh my god.
Maybe we
That's
should
nice.
talk about that tomorrow after the ice cream session.
Okay.
But yeah, that's decadence. I mean, that's crazy. Half the world starving, and people are eating gold leaf and pooping it out the other end. I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it? But not everybody's doing that. It's like everybody's living that lifestyle. No, we're not. Okay, gold taps in the bathroom. Decadent. Taps in the bathroom. Not decadent, just lucky. Got running water, thank you. Okay. Any questions about my ice cream? Apart from the fact Tram thinks I've now gone mad. By the way, I haven't made this ice cream, by the way. Artisanal, everybody okay with that word? What does it mean, artisanal? Why would it add...
Homemade? Is that homemade?
Yeah, it's kind of, but it's made in a traditional non-mechanized way, because homemade, to me, I should be making it at home, okay, or on the premises. Artisanal does not mean made on the premises. It means made in a traditional way, okay? But it could be a traditional factory for all you know.
But it's not an industrialized process.
Non-industrialized, yes, handmade, in a traditional non-mechanized way. If you look at the Oxford Dictionary, yeah, of a product, especially food or drink, made in a traditional or non-mechanized way. Okay, and you'll often see artisanal in France, but it's become a word that's very associated with the hipster movement. Okay, they like artisanal because it sounds good, and yeah, you'll see it more and more in the UK on posters and outside bakeries and ice cream shops as well. Okay. Now, clotted cream
And
ice cream. Now,
infused-
oh, sorry. Yes, April.
Infused here, is that just give the flavor a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. If you infuse something, okay, with something, so often rather than adding a lot of it, okay, you often infuse water with herbal tea. It's an infusion. It's not actually tea. It's an infusion. So it's something that's been in liquid to take the flavour out, and then, or you can put something into the infusion so that it soaks up the flavour. Okay, soaked in wouldn't sound as good. It's the use of language. So cherries soaked in brandy, or cherries infused with brandy. So infused is just posh. Okay. And I put the black truffle in because of the truffle ice cream they were going on about last week. In fact, we had truffle in our dinner this week. On Saturday, I cooked some really nice pasta, and it's a long story, but I had a truffle in a jar, very, very small truffle in a jar that was meant to go to a friend, and we forgot it, and the friend's in England, and we're not going to post it. I don't think you're allowed to post foodstuffs anyway. But anyway, we ended up with this little truffle, tiny, like a marble. So I thought, well, we need to use it, otherwise it'll go to waste. And it was not cheap. So I put it into the pasta dish, into the sauce. It was lovely. Then my husband said, I'm not that keen on truffles. Could have slapped him. So, and if you notice, I've put Belgian chocolate, Tahitian vanilla, Perigord black truffle. Why? Why?
Famous one?
Famous, but also, again, it's a bit of a hipster thing. People have begun to like to know where their stuff's from. Argentinian beef, Irish beef. Yeah, they started to put the country of origin as a selling point. Yeah. Actually, nobody sells French beef as a selling point. Sorry, France, but They might put the name of the breed of cattle, so, but I don't know if you've been to France recently. Sometimes their beef is so tough. Argentinian beef, though, Wagyu beef. Now, if you want something really expensive along the meat product line, that's really expensive. Or you've got, now what is it? Iberican pork, yeah? Suddenly you put that word Iberican in front of it and it becomes twice the price. Cornish clotted cream. I should have put artisanal Cornish clotted cream ice cream. Put the source of the item. Make it sound homemade or handmade or traditionally made. Give it an expensive sound. Or think about the name of your ice cream, because decadence has a definite ring of luxury to it and being naughty, and we know ice cream is naughty. And then just add as many things as you possibly can. That's why I wouldn't say olives for your ice cream, April. I would say Kalamata olives. Or if you find any other olives that are highly regarded, that's the sort of olive I would mention, that it's that kind of olive, not just any bog standard olive. Okay. You used the word Italian, Monique. I mean, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Italian ice cream.
My ice cream would be like Italian revenge, but I need to think. I need to ask about the flavors.
Okay. I'll tell you what, put hubby on and I'll talk with him.
He was really excited.
Actually, you put hubby on with my hubby. Because my hubby is, as you know, I'm a vanilla person. I had to put my thinking cap on for this, and I went online to get some inspiration about how decadent things could be. But my hubby, he loves ice cream. I mean, he can talk about ice cream and he thinks up different concoctions, different flavours. I'm going to tell him about the Kalamata ice cream. He'd love to try it. I know he would.
He would, yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, so we'll carry on next week then, if you're okay with that.
Of course.
Okay, and next week, if you bring your posters, we'll look at your posters. Okay, if you don't, then what we'll do is we'll go on to the how ice cream can cause conflict, and I'll just introduce the term. I don't think I introduced it last week. Ice cream wars. Okay, so just think about that. Ice cream wars. What on earth? But yeah, ice cream and conflict, really. Okay. Any questions?
Okay.
Before I stop streaming.
The stem gingerling is that just roots ginger?
No, stem
ginger?
ginger tends to be like a candied ginger. It's a sweetened ginger. Okay. Fresh ginger is the root. Okay. But stem ginger, it's really nice. It's very young and it's preserved in syrup. Okay. I love stem ginger. Okay. Quite often you get it in these little like round balls in jars, stem ginger in the UK, but I've also seen it in a more natural looking. But it's still got the heat of ginger, but it's very sweet. Okay. Okay, Tram's already got ice cream wars down to her personal battle with ice cream. Okay, come and discuss that next week, Tram. We'll see if we can help you. Crystallized ginger is another kind of ginger, but that's candied ginger, crystallized ginger, candied ginger, and it's drier, okay, and it's got more sugar on it. It's like coated in sugar as well. But stem ginger is like in a syrup. It's very moist, still got the heat, but very sweet. Okay. Any other questions?
And how much does it cost, Lynn?
Stem ginger,
Yeah.
actually, it's really cheap.
No, your ice cream.
Ah,
Your ice cream.
we're going to talk about that next week. Okay. Well, a good question. Yes. If you notice, there's no price. If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Are you sure?
Well, that's a standard saying, by the way. If you have to ask, you can't afford it. It's a nasty saying, actually. I don't like the saying particularly, but yeah, people do say things like that. If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
That's
That's mean, isn't it?
snob.
Snobby, yeah. Okay. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll speak. Thank you, April, for your olive ice cream. It was interesting to read about, and I learnt something today. And good luck, Shiny, if I don't speak to you tomorrow. I know you're very busy, but I keep thinking of you in your move. Hope you don't break anything. It's the problem with moving, packing everything away. Ugh, packing and unpacking. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. You take care then. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so welcome to Learn English Network drama session. As you can see, we are in our new ice cream parlour in the village that we're building. And this is for our ice cream drama. Now, Monique has been thinking about what to call her ice cream, and April's got an idea of what she wants to put in her ice cream. So, April, how far have you got in what you want your ice cream to consist of? What ingredients you need?
I opened my fridge today and I saw.
Oh,
And
you
I
made it! Oh, we're all coming round to April's.
and I saw chocolate date or date chocolate. So chocolate made inside of the chocolate is date. Date covered.
That's
by
what you're
chocolate.
looking for.
Date.
Date.
Yeah.
Okay, not date cover. Well, it depends. It could be date covered chocolate, and that would be chocolate surrounded by dates. Okay, or it would be a chocolate covered date. Okay, so if you think about it, date
chocolate covered.
chocolate, or a chocolate. Oh, can't spell today. Covered date. Hello, Traum. Hello, Shiny.
Which one is with the date in, Lynn? The first or the second?
Which do you think?
Date covered chocolate.
I think that's
Yeah.
ice cream.
Yeah,
Oh.
it is like some fire, some flame comes into my mouth. It is like if you got such fireworks on your skin, like that.
So
Or like,
burning in your mouth.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, and it doesn't have the on the packaging. It doesn't it isn't written which flavor it is and which one it is, but it is the first time that I eat it actually. It is
Wow.
eatable from I've eaten
She's
I have
alive.
eaten that and I'm still alive.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm
Lynn,
back.
what is
Sorry about that.
what
My neighbour had a parcel delivery and they weren't in, so I had to sign for it, and she just came round for it. So, it's a big parcel. I wanted it out of the house. I wasn't sure what was in it. Might have been anything. So, anyway, okay, we don't say eatable. Okay, does anybody know what we say instead
Edible.
of edible? Yeah, edible means you can eat it. Do you want to try it, Traum? Edible.
edible.
That's it, yeah. Something's edible, it means you can eat it. And if you can't eat it, anybody know the opposite?
Inedible?
Yeah. Now that can also mean it's just you don't like it. Oh, this is totally inedible. Don't confuse it with indelible, okay?
A chocolate covered date. Oh, the first one then.
So you've got a chocolate that's covered in dates.
No. The opposite. I have dates covered by chocolate.
Then you've got a chocolate covered date. Does that make sense? Does that not make sense to you?
No, because I thought if you said covered date, then is the date is covered, no?
Yeah, the date is covered by chocolate, so it's inside the chocolate.
Okay, then a chocolate covered date. But I have also some olives, and it was good, the olives. So I think I never eat it, and I don't know if it is if it exists. So I want to have an ice cream with those two flavors. So it has the flavor of date, and it has the flavor also of olive. But another thing, I have chocolate since the Easter feast, and I don't know what inside the chocolate, but I just take one. I got it from my student, so I take one, and when I put it in my mouth, and it break. The chocolate is praline or praline. I don't know what is in English. Praline. So not a long thin chocolate, but like sweet. How can I say that? You know, it's square. It's square, but it's 1.5 centimeters high. From Leonidas, and it was chocolate, milk chocolate. And when I put it in my mouth and I melted it in my mouth, something happened in my mouth. It's like an explosion, Lynn. It is like a firework in my mouth, and I think, "Oh my goodness, what happened here? Maybe I will hurt my mouth. Oh my goodness!" And it keeps exploding a couple of seconds until it is finished. It is empty, and I think, "Okay, it's nice." But I don't until now. I don't know what it is inside that makes it such an explosion. So I want to have that also in my ice cream.
Well, look, I've got to just go for a second. So can you guys, I do know what it is, but you guys talk with April about what it might have been that exploded in her mouth. Sounds dangerous. I'll be right back.
and Lynn knows that. I don't know what that is. Do you know that, Monique? No, it's not crunchy. Crunchy is just if you bite, but I don't do anything. It just melts in my mouth, and then suddenly it is like what is that? The fire, not the firework that you have to shoot, but the one with a stick. You hold it in your hand. What is that? What is the name that again? It has a special name.
No, I don't know. So that what you felt when you when you were eating that?
Sorry, Monique?
No, that's what you felt when you were eating that.
There's inedible, which means not fit for eating or suitable for eating. It can also be just yuck. But there's indelible. So inedible, got to be careful I don't get that. Okay, and then indelible. Does anybody know what indelible means? I bet you've I bet it's happened to all of you, this indelible. Have
My
you ever?
dictionary knows that.
Your dictionary knows it. Wow, that's a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. Oh, it's not Christmas, no. Go on, April.
What's it? Is waterproof?
It's not just
Or
waterproof. It's basically marks that cannot be removed. Indelible ink and an indelible pen. Yeah, it means it really is, well, not impossible. Nothing's impossible in this day and age, but very, very difficult to remove. So if you get indelible ink on clothing, you can't just wash it off. Okay. It can also mean something you can never forget. Just an indelible impression, if you like. But indelible tends to mean marks that can't be removed and things that can't be forgotten. An indelible mark in history. Yeah, World War III was an indelible mark in history. We'll never forget it. Ha! Well, not in my lifetime anyway. Okay, any